Hey folks, Nas here. I appreciate everybody joining me today. In today's video, we're going to be covering how I make nanites in No Man's Sky. Now, there's many different ways to collect nanites or make nanites in No Man's Sky, but I'm going to focus on one particular way that I like to make nanites. It tends to work very quickly when I need several of them at a time. Nanites are a form of currency in No Man's Sky that are used to purchase tech and upgrade items. Typically, you're going to be using these for your exosuit, your multi-tool, and your starship. That way you can get the S-class upgrades that you'd like to have, or the A-class. Obviously, you want the S. You're also going to be using the nanites to purchase installable items as well. So you're going to want lots of nanites in your adventure in No Man's Sky. So one way to make nanites is by, and you do this early in the game, is by turning in the fauna, which I am literally standing on a planet that has no fauna. But if we go to a planet that does have fauna, so like this one here, now this is my home system. I've already discovered the fauna on the other planets, but if we click on one of the planets, you can see fauna 8 of 8 discovered. If you click on that, in this little box right here, once you collect all of the fauna on a planet, it will allow you to click this little box right here to collect the available nanites for scanning the fauna, all the fauna on that planet. It can vary from, like, I don't know, 250 nanites up to several thousand nanites. But this is what you're going to be doing early in the game to get going. However, we're going to be using a different method today. And for today's method, my son has moved, or sons, I should say. It looks like I got a couple of them in the sky. But for today's method, we are actually going to be collecting items from pirate systems. So you will need to do a little bit of setup, which I'll help you with a little bit today. But you will need to do a little bit of setup. You need to collect about 10 pirate systems. That way you can go visit them on a regular basis. Now, I've already collected my 10 systems. However, I will go to space and show you what it looks like from the galaxy map. Alrighty, in the galaxy map, once you're in space, you open the galaxy map, you're going to be looking for the little skull icon on the text for each of the systems. Now, in order to be able to see this, you are going to need an economy scanner for your ship. Now, if you don't have the economy scanner, you haven't made the nanites to get the economy scanner, which I think it's only a couple hundred nanites to purchase it from the upgrade vendor for your starship at the Anomaly. I will give you 10 addresses that you could use your portal system to port directly to pirate systems. That way you can go ahead and have your 10. It'll be the same 10 that I personally use myself in this particular playthrough. Now, if you don't have a portal or you don't have your glyphs, check the description below. I will have videos there on how to find a portal and how to get your glyphs, 16 glyphs quickly. So feel free to go and check out those videos as well. Now, once you have your 10 pirate systems, it's just as easy as going through the teleporter at your base to go to that pirate system, whichever one you want to start with. So in your little portal system, teleporter system, you're going to be looking for the skull icon on the 10 systems that you have visited. I tend to like to start near the bottom and catch my first one. Now, once you're at the pirate system, whether it's your first one, your 7th one, your last one, whatever, you're going to walk over here and talk to this vendor that is sitting down in this chair, typically. You're going to scroll down until you see Suspicious Packet Arms and Suspicious Packet Tech. You want to purchase all of those. It's roughly going to cost you maybe about 2 million units to purchase all of those. So you want to make sure that you have a way to make units in the game. Then all you got to do is go back to the teleporter and go to the next pirate system through the teleporter, because you'll only be able to go to pirate systems from a pirate system teleporter. So you can see here, clearance not granted. That's a normal system. I cannot get back to a normal system unless I go to my own base and then teleport to a normal system. So go ahead and go through, collect your 10 systems go ahead and use the addresses that I gave you for your portal system, or you can find them on your own. But I'm going to go through and collect all of the tech and arms, the suspicious packets from the other 9, and I'll be back in just a moment. Now, after you've gone through and collected your suspicious packets, the arms and the tech from all 10 of your pirate systems, you should be able to come back to the first system you started at. If you wanted to collect more, you should be able to start collecting again, because enough time has passed from you visiting all 10 systems that you can come back and you can actually purchase those same things again from the same vendors. So you can repeat this as long as you've got money to purchase them. And you can see here, I've got about 115 million units left. I think I started out with about 128 million units. I'd have to go back to the beginning of the video to look, because I didn't make note of it when I started recording, unfortunately. But I'll try and put that in for you so you can see how much money I've actually spent going to the 10 systems. Now, I currently have a full stack of the suspicious packet tech, and I've got 39 out of 50 for the suspicious packet arms. Now, granted, your stack size might be larger than mine because I'm currently playing on permadeath. So this is probably the most efficient way to make nanites. You're basically swapping units for nanites is what you're doing. Alrighty, I am back at my base. What we're going to do, and you can do this in any of the systems, it's just I wanted to come back here because it's so dark in a pirate space station. That way lighting is better for the video. But anyway, so we've got our suspicious arms packets. What you're going to do, you can see it says E to open. It may be a different key for you, or especially if you're using a controller or something. Obviously, you want to use that button or key. But what you're going to do is you're going to open each of, you just pick one, doesn't matter which one, you want to open each of them. So let me go through and open all of these like that. Now, granted, you are getting a lot of these extra items here that you can sell for units. The little species records, you can actually analyze all of those. The damaged hydrogen dynamo, you can dismantle those. Alrighty, so we got platinum, and we got some of these hewn fishing instruments or whatever. You can actually sell those at a trade station. They're galactic trade terminal, but these are what we're concerned about right here. Now you can see this particular one right here, the neutron cannon. Now, I use neutron cannons on my multi-tool. If you come across a suspicious upgrade that you utilize, obviously you want to take advantage of checking it to make sure that it's not an upgrade for you. Now, granted, once you use this, you cannot turn it in for nanites again. There are at least not as many as you currently would be getting. But you can see the nanite value. So like this, I have 2 of these neutron modules. That's going to give me 768 nanites. This one's going to give me 1344, 2688, so on and so forth. What we're going to do, I am actually not going to be using any of those because I want to show you what I do to make the nanites. Now, we can go to any space station. It's still popping up that I've opened up those packages. All right, then we can go up here to the second floor. Doesn't matter which of the technology vendors you go to. I'm currently at the Starship vendor. Go through his dialogue. Choose the purchase upgrade modules, and then you can choose sell. Now, these are all in my exosuit inventory. If you had them in your ship, you can obviously change by just clicking at the top here to change to ship inventory. But these are in my exosuit. What you're going to do is you're literally going to go through and you're going to sell all of these. Now we're starting out with 30,826. Since I didn't write down my units before, let's write this down. 30,826. That's the nanites we're starting with. And then I'm going to go through and sell these 3 pages of upgrades that we got from purchasing the tech and arms suspicious packets. There we go. Sold all of those. We're now up to 61,511 units. So we roughly made 30,000 nanites, not units. I said units, nanites. So we roughly made about 30,000 nanites there. And I think it took me 15 minutes while recording. Granted, obviously it's not going to be that long because the video's not that long. But there you go. We got 30,000 nanites. Now you can go back. You can purchase S-class modules from any of the tech vendors. You can go to the Anomaly and purchase tech there as well. Now you can see my upgrade modules can be rather expensive on permadeath. So this method works really well to be able to get those upgrade modules or tech devices to install in your exosuit, your multi-tool, your starship, so on and so forth. If you folks found this guide helpful, definitely click that like button. If you haven't subscribed yet, please consider doing so. I greatly appreciate it. And we will see you folks in the next one. You take care and happy hunting.